What's up? Good morning. We woke up with some money in our pocket this morning, didn't we? Didn't we? We got $36.6 million of space created by the Cowboys. And we're going to be selectively aggressive. Now we got to figure out what that means. Last year, we didn't get any clarity on all in, and we found out all in meant nothing. So now we got to figure out what selectively aggressive means. And I'm not excited. You know what it feels like? It feels like, a certain member of your family that's not really good with money got a check in the mail for like $100,000. You're not going to be like, oh, wow, their life has changed. You can be like, they're going to blow that money and end up in the same spot they've been the last 20 years. And that's what I feel like us. For me to think they're going to do something amazing with this money. I mean, having money is one thing, but actually doing the right things with the money, that's a whole different conversation. And I don't think we're ready. I don't think we're there yet. So that's how I feel about Dallas. But with all that being said, we are doing the right things. Like, we're taking care of it in-house. Like the Osa dealing, I was worried that it was going to go into a franchise tag situation, and he was a franchise tag player. He got paid, but we need something there at defensive tackle. Now, this draft is deep at defensive tackle. I hope we dip in there pretty heavily, to go with Mozzie and him so we can have some kind of run-stopping defense. But I'm okay with that. Jordan Lewis, I'm hearing they're going to sign him. I'm very okay with him because he's very good. And hopefully, once all the restructuring and everything done, hopefully we can get Micah done, because I don't want Micah to go anywhere. I don't know who's talking about Micah leaving Micah for draft picks. Are you crazy? You know how lucky the draft pick of Micah was? Jeez. And I don't hate they're talking about re-signing Rico, and I think it might be like they're doing it to push and make sure he gets a good contract out there in the league or whatnot. Because I think Rico, I don't hate him being with the Cowboys at all, but his price tag, he ran himself into a nice little check. I said that last year. I said Rico's going to get paid next year because he got 1,000 yards on this team. This team that wasn't really good this year, he still got 1,000 yards on it. He didn't score that many touchdowns. That's going to work against him, but he's going to get a good check out there. Whether we should pay that check, I just don't think so, because I feel like with the depth at running back, if you don't believe me, just watch the combine and go back and watch the highlights of all those players in the combine. Every last one of them was good. And I feel like this year we could get an undrafted free agent even. We don't even have to draft a second running back. We can get an undrafted free agent running back that could turn out to be, just as talented as Rico, if not more talented than Rico. That's how deep the running back position is this year. So I don't hate it, but I think we can use that money on our defensive side of the ball, especially if we're going to do something major with it. Now, the major names out there right now. DK Metcalf is – everybody's talking about DK Metcalf, and he's going to be expensive, very expensive. He wants to go to a contender. I don't know. I don't want to get in all that because I don't believe we are. But he's going to be more expensive than Debo, for sure. He's got the size. He's got the speed. You can't be upset if we make a move to get somebody like DK. You can't. My guy is Myles Garrett. If we make a move, just doing what we can do to get Myles Garrett, I'm actually okay with that too. Something's on my glasses. No Devontae Adams. No Cooper Kupp. He's on the back end of his career. Definitely no Amari Cooper. Joey Bosa. What's up with Joey Bosa? I mean, is he any good? Can we? I don't know what's going on with that. And I've just heard more about his brother than him. So the question is, Dallas Cowboys fans, what is about to happen? And we have no idea. Zach Martin says his goodbye, and we have nobody to take over for him. And I'll say it again. I don't want us to draft an offensive lineman, because we got two young ones now that we're working on, and we're trying to get up to par. I don't want to throw another one on the plates of the offensive coaching staff, the offensive line staff, because you're going to need some people that actually can help the coaches teach these guys instead of bringing somebody else that the coach has to teach three guys now. You understand what I'm saying? It kind of gets burdensome. And then having 3 young guys on the line, that's almost like killing your quarterback. You know what I'm saying? We don't want Dak Flinchy. Dak Flinchy is what got him hurt last year. We don't want that, and we want a decent running game as well. So I want to see if we can use some of this money to go out there in free agency and get some offensive line, get a replacement. I think Will Hernandez is out there. A lot of people are talking about him. Super strong guy, originally drafted by the Lions. So, like I said before, this draft is deep at running back, it's deep in defensive tackle, and it's deep and probably tight end. Those 3 positions. And we can probably double up on those guys. We can double up at running back. We can double up at defensive tackle. We can double up at well, when I can't double up at tight end, but we can use a tight end. But no O-line. Only, I could say best player available. I would never go against best player available. And actually, left tackle. If there's a best player left tackle right there for us to get, we got to do it, because you got to get that left tackle. Because last year, I think Tyler Guyton was a right tackle. I think he's a right tackle, and we can go him over the rack and get a new left tackle. That makes me feel good. I don't know if the Cowboys believe that as well. I think Cowboys still want to try him as a left tackle. I never saw it last year. Never saw it. But he might have the skills to be a right tackle, and our right tackle isn't good. So he should be able to outplay our right tackle. So BPA left tackle is fits here. A plug-and-play guy. No more projects like Guyton. I don't hate Guyton, but no more projects like that in the first round, please. Not for a team that has so low on talent. We don't need projects. We need actually guys who can come in and play. As for weapons, though, the last offensive weapon that we got was C.D. Lamb. C.D. Lamb. In the first and second round, the last major weapon we got. I'm adding the second round into 2. First and second round, the last one we got was C.D. Lamb, and before that was Zeke. And if you wonder how we don't have any kind of offensive playmakers on our squad, it's because we completely ignored, getting playmakers through the draft. I love O-line. I love O-line, but the O-line needs talent behind them. Just saying we can get anyone to run the ball is just an NPC statement, because you're just repeating what somebody's told you that had interest in evaluating that running back position. The running back is a valuable position. They're smart, they're talented, they're needed and needed talent. So I'm going to leave you with a little history, a little Dallas Cowboy history lesson before I go, because I hear my dog barking, want to eat. The Dallas Cowboys had one of the greatest offensive lines ever. Remember that? When I was a kid, I remember all of them when I was there. It was Nate, 2-A, Gogan, Giesick. It was a lot of them, Kerr. And they were pretty below average at first. In 1989, they had running back Paul Palmer. I think he had 446 yards the entire season. And they were bad. The next season, Jimmy Johnson drafted this new dude called Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith, he didn't come in with major talent. He wasn't just super fast dude or super powerful or like super shifty like Barry Sanders. He had one major skill. He came in and he followed his blocks. And that instantly made the offensive line better. We didn't have to upgrade the offensive line from what it was before. We had the offensive line already, but we just got a running back that actually knew how to run behind these guys. And when he did the rookie year, he almost got 1,000 yards, 937. I don't know. I can't remember that. But he got 900 some yards as a rookie. And then after that, it was all over, because they had built confidence in each other. They knew if they hit their blocks, the guy behind them was going to make the right decision and might end up in the end zone. You do understand? So that team with that existing offensive line, we didn't go get an offensive line and put together this great offensive line. We got a great player that knew his role to run behind that offensive line, and they did it beautifully. So right now is a time when there are several of those talented players out there that we can put behind these guys and see what we got at that moment. and then upgrade from there, because that's what we did with Emmett. We did upgrade that line. We brought in Eric Williams. We brought in, you know what I'm saying? We brought in Mark Stepnowski. We brought in more people, and it was easier on a Tyler Guyton type if they come in and the offensive line is performing at least at a almost elite level, a semi-elite level. That's what happened with Philadelphia. Philadelphia didn't just make that line. Philadelphia's line has been great for a long time, and the monsters that was online before these monsters taught those monsters. And they run the same scheme as those monsters. You understand what I'm saying? So now let's hey, there's a lot of running backs. There's a few wide receivers. There is some weapons in this draft. Let us finally get some weapons. Let us finally get some weapons. Those people out there that say, I don't understand what's wrong with you. You just think we can just give the ball to this dude over there and he can run touchdowns just because of blocking? No, you got to make a man miss. You got to break a tackle. You got to do all kind of other stuff other than just, I'm running behind my blocks. Ooh, everything's open, touchdown. That's not how it works. You got to beat a dude. You got to beat some people. All right, guys, holla at you. Have fun this. Hey, a lot of stuff is going to happen this week, so just get ready for it. Holla at you. Peace.